Hi everybody, Jess here, back again like I told you I would be. So I can read you the Minions Long Live King Bob book. Oh, ooh, I should zoom out a bit, huh? There, so we can all see. And I have a couple little minions here to help us. We have Talking Kevin and Talking Bob and King Bob. Oh, well, King Bob, you don't have to be so mean. There. Alrighty, here we have our minions. Long Live King Bob, based on the animated series. In the back, we have, it says, Minions were born for one and Minions were born for one and only one reason, to serve the most evil of evildoers. But when Scarlet Overkill sends a trio of minions to steal the Queen's crown jewels, Bob messes up and becomes the new King of England. Long live King Bob. And down here we have Universal and Illumination Entertainment, Minions, Universal Studios, minionsmovie.com, hashtag Minions, of course. And this was made by LB Kids, excuse me, New York, Boston, Little Brown and Company. I just want to include everybody's name on here because this is an awesome little book. $5 here in Canada at our local superstore. And I've read part of it because I just couldn't wait. But we'll get started. Okay, here's our first page, same as the front, by Lucy Rawson and LB Kids. Next page. This tells us all the companies that were involved in making the book and the copyright and their locations and the publishers and the editors and everything to do with and the people who've illustrated it. And over here is the beginning of our story. Okay, just want to make sure this is going to be good for you guys. Stuart, Bob, and Kevin are minions on a mission. They're looking for the world's biggest, baddest villain to serve. Minions live to help bad guys. It's kind of their thing. At long last, after many years of searching, the minions find the perfect master, Scarlet Overkill. The most famous criminal mastermind of her generation. There she is. And there's our three minions, Kevin, Bob, and Stuart. Next page. We'll start up here. Scarlet brings the minions to her castle in London. There's a castle. In London, England. She shows them a picture of Queen Elizabeth, points to the crown atop the Queen's head and says, "Steal me the crown and all your dreams come true." The minions are excited about their mission. Scarlet sends them to Herb's lab to pick up some supplies for their heist. Here, get you a closer look. See, there's the crown she pointed out to the minions on the Queen's head. Over here we have, this must be Herb and the minions. There we go. Herb is Scarlet's husband. He is also an evil inventor. "So you're here for gear," he says as they enter his lab. "Bob, Robert, Bobby, my boys, you got my far-out stretch suit." Herb says, "Kevin, Kevo, Bob, Seventh Kevin, you are the proud owner of my lava lamp gun. And the final, Stuart, Stuperman, Beef Stew. I got you the coolest invention probably ever, Hypno Hat." The minions gear up. They are ready to go. "You can do this," says Scarlet. "Make me proud." Oh, sorry about the shine, guys. So you see his lab back there, all that. Here's a couple of the minions. That must be the lava gun. Next page. By using a brilliant disguise, the minions sneak into the Tower of London where the crown is kept. They work as a team, using Herb's evil gadgets. Along the way, Stuart hypnotizes the guards. Kevin blasts the door with the lava gun. Topolini la corona, he says. The crown is in its case, right in front of them. So there's him hypnotizing the guards. Seeing the crown in the case. And there's the crown. Alrighty, there's our minions. Here we go. Next, Bob uses his stretch arm to cut through the top of the metal case, open it like a can opener. He reaches in and his gloved hand grazes the crown's sparkly jewels. Only a few more inches and Scarlet's heist will be complete. But just as Bob is about to wrap his fingers around the treasure, the crown starts moving. It's being taken to the queen. See, even adults can make mistakes. And there's the guy going up and grabbing the crown for the queen. Next page. Oh, look, you can see him using his stretch arms. That's cool. The queen's guards are carrying the crown to her carriage. They place it on her head, and the carriage rolls down the street in front of a large crowd of people. Kevin, Stuart, and Bob, little minion legs, can't keep up. The crown is getting further and further away. Oh no! Then Bob gets an idea. He activates his stretch suit legs. Suddenly, Bob is super tall. He takes off after the Queen's carriage, passing all of London's famous sights. He grabs Kevin and Stuart and tosses them onto the carriage. A chase ensues. Here's a picture of the carriage. Oh, with minions on it. Kevin tries to steer the carriage while Stuart attempts to snatch the crown from the Queen's head. The carriage is out of control. Bob uses a stretch suit to save the carriage from falling into the River Thames, but he can't save it from crashing into a tree. Boom! Ah, look, he's trying to steal their crown. As the dust settles, Stuart grabs the crown from the Queen. But policemen arrive and immediately chase after the minions. They tackle Kevin, Stuart, and Bob. Oh, but Bob keeps running. You guys get a good picture. Next page. Oh, the sword in the stone. Bob runs all the way to the sword in the stone. He grabs the sword's handle, hoping the sword will scare away the policeman. He doesn't know that according to the sword's legend, only the true king can pry it from the stone. Miraculously, he gives it a tug and it pulls loose. Oh! The crowd gasps. Even the police officers are stunned. It can't be, a man exclaims. The legend has been fulfilled. The one to remove the sword from the stone will be named England's leader. This bald yellow child is our new king. Your Majesty, everyone cries, and drops to one knee. Oh, scusa, says Bob. Look at him. Yay! Bob's the king. Next. It's true, Bob, sweet little minion, henchman of Scarlet Overkill, is now the King of England. Instead of stealing the royal crown for Scarlet, Bob is now wearing it himself. He is escorted to the new palace home. Oh, he is escorted to his new home, or palace home, in a limousine with Kevin, Stuart, By his side, a royal advisor opens the door. There, steady that for you. "Hello, King Bob," says the advisor. "Welcome to Buckingham Palace." I don't have a very good English accent when I try. Ah, there's King Bob. Gee. Bob peeks out the window and sees rows and rows of guards in their official uniforms. Bob is intimidated. He gets an idea and makes a request. Now, what's going through this little minion's head? Let's see. Oh, oh, can you guys see all this? That's adorable. Okay. Oh. Okay, a moment later, Bob steps Bob steps out of his limousine. The guards are now all dressed in yellow and wearing denim overalls, just like the Minions. Bob sighs happily. "Oh, buddies, buddies, buddies." He gives each guard a hug. Oh, it's so nice. Next page. So you guys can see it all. It's time for King Bob's royal address. Bob walks out onto an enormous balcony. Thousands of people are gathered below, waiting to hear their new leader's wise and thoughtful words. Bob looks around. He clears his throat. He blinks a few times, says nothing. "King Bob!" he shouts at last. The crowd erupts in cheers. "King Bob!" they cry. "King Bob! Woohoo!" Bob delivers a long speech in Minionese, but the crowd looks on in confusion. So he shrugs and yells, "King Bob!" The crowd goes wild again. Oh, it's so cute. Don't we all wish we could have fun like that? But it would hurt. Back inside the palace, the Minions make themselves right at home. Bob slides down the banister of the grand staircase. There he is on the staircase, railing. I think he even made the butler or somebody do it. And there's a picture of Bob without his crown. Okay. Kevin plays polo while riding a royal dog. Stuart, excuse me guys, Stuart takes a long soak in the palace spa with a couple yellow fire hydrants. With so many fancy things to use and royal perks to enjoy, the Minions nearly forgot all about Scarlet Overkill. But Scarlet hasn't forgotten about them. One day, as Bob sits from his official royal portrait, Scarlet storms in. And there's his portrait getting done. See him on the back of the horsey. But he doesn't look too happy. Looks like he's fallen asleep there, doesn't he? And there's Scarlet. Ah! Okay. "How dare you!" she yells, flushed with anger. "You stole my dream. I was going to conquer England someday. There was going to be a coronation, and I was going to be made queen. Every moment was planned. I would wear a dress so sparkly it glowed, and everyone who ever doubted me would be watching, and they would be crying. I was going to be the picture of elegance and class, and you pinhead screwed it up." You can see she's just holding it back. She just wants to yell. Bob feels terrible. He knows Scarlet is right. A minion's job is to serve evildoers, not take over their plans. He removes the crown from his head and offers it to his boss. Aww, le crown para tu, he says. No, 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 King Bob, you could not just give up the throne, says the royal advisor. There are laws. Laws, says King Bob. Bob make the laws. King Bob. In his final act as King, Bob heads to England's Parliament to write a new rule. From this moment on, Scarlet Overkill will be England's new evil queen. Bob pounds his gavel. Lucina Porta Scarlet Papalari. Papial. I don't know. He says, presenting her with the royal crown. See, that's where he went to the Parliament. That's why he's wearing this wig. And he's banging his gavel so he can make it a law. And this is when he gave it to her, telling her, it's all legal, it's all yours. I don't know what to say, says Scarlet. I just want to thank the Minions. I couldn't have done it without them. Kevin, Bob, Stuart, you have stolen not just England, but my heart. Aww. You can see she's being interviewed. See the microphone guys, and they're taking pictures. Aww, just giving him a kiss. The reign of King Bob draws to a close. It is the shortest rule of any monarch in its history of the world. But Bob does not despair. He was a king for all of 8 days. But he'll be a minion for life. Bob, Kevin, and Stuart looked forward to being Scarlet's henchmen again. And really, what could possibly go wrong? A lot of things. They're minions. Well, guys, I hope you enjoyed this book. I know I love reading it to you, and I just love our minions. So, remember to please like, share, and subscribe so that I can keep doing more videos for you. Comment if you have any more ideas for me. Remember, I love you, and I'm going to say goodbye for now, but not for long, and I'll see you soon, so bye!